Hello, everyone. I am Joe Foy, the president of Harmony, and today we have our October Artist Spotlight joining us, Alina Ramos, and I said that right, right?
Yeah, woohoo!
It's good to have you here. So we have you here, and your kind of specialty, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but your specialty is dance. Is that correct?
Yes, 100%.
Gotcha. And how long you've been dancing?
Oh, I would say since I was about 3 years old.
3 years old, and
Yeah,
like with an instructor, or you're talking about just
yeah. Oh, no, I mean like at a studio with an instructor in a class. Everyone's wearing
Gotcha.
the little leotards and tutus.
Who was your instructor back then?
Oh my goodness, I cannot remember her name. It was way, way back. I lived in Germany at the time, so I cannot remember her name.
Really? Were you born in Germany or were you just there?
Um, I was living there for 8.5 years. My dad was deployed for the military there.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you said 8.5 years. So you were how old when you left?
I was about 8.5, almost 9.
Okay, so it was like right when you were born that you went to
Yeah.
Germany and then
Shortly after I
decided,
was born, we moved
yeah,
to Germany.
and then
So,
you decided that you wanted to dance at the age of 3.
yep,
That's what that's awesome.
stuck with it ever since.
It's great. Now, what are you doing now? Are you in college?
Yeah, I'm currently enrolled as a humanities and social sciences major, hopefully to become a speech pathologist.
That's great.
Yep,
So not dance. You're still doing dance though?
I am. I not only take classes and I'm still learning, but I also teach now at the studio that I attend at.
Yeah. How many students do you have?
I'd say around 8 to 10.
Gotcha. Do you enjoy doing that?
I love it. I hope that I can still teach like in the future. It's something I'm so passionate about. I love it.
So I assume you've done performances and you've done teaching.
Yes, I'm on a competition team, so lots of performances.
And do you have a preference? Do you like kind of doing them both, or do you kind of prefer teaching?
I love doing it all. I just love dance in general. I love learning it. I love teaching it. I love performing. I just all of it, whole thing.
So was there, I mean, I was going to ask you if there's anything that influenced you, but if you're at the age of 3, I mean, was
I
there
think
anything that you
it's
remember?
just This is so weird. One of the things that always it was Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I saw it and I was like, I want to dance in those shoes. I was like, I want to be a ballerina. Um, I had a pair of like fake point shoes and I used to like try to put them on my feet and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm like, no, you're not, but it's okay. We're gonna pretend like we are.
That's great. So
So
before you started going to school then, so you've lived in the area around, have you lived in Jefferson County?
yeah, that's where I currently live. Yeah.
You currently live in Jefferson County. All
Mhm.
right. And then uh, who was kind of your instructor, I guess, towards in your high school years? Were you going to dance classes?
Mhm. It's at the same studio. I've been going there, Dance World. I've been going there since I moved here back in 2012.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we've Dance World has been they've worked with Harmony on a couple of things, and we've been
Yeah.
very with. So that's awesome. And they were actually the ones who recommended you. So for this
Yep.
art spotlight, so they must see something.
Yeah. My
Well,
dance instructor and I are like this.
yeah.
She and I are super close.
And so so you've done performances. Is there like a one performance to you that sticks out over other performances?
I don't know if it's just one, but one of my like favorite performances to do is during the holidays, like Christmas, we'll go and perform at like some of the retirement homes and stuff. And it's like we go at Samaritan Keep, some of the other places, and we perform dancing for them during Christmas time. And that's one of my favorite things to do.
What do you like the most about that?
It's just being able to make other people smile because it's just like you'll dance and you can just like see their faces go, oh my goodness. And it's just nothing beats that. Or like when you have a little kid like watching you and there's like, she's in point shoes, look at her. It's
Yeah.
just one of the like coolest feelings ever.
It's funny, you kind of find that the most appreciative people of any performing arts tend to be both younger people and, you know, much more
Yes.
senior people.
Oh yeah.
And they're like the, and not the in between zone. Maybe they're just too busy to appreciate it as much. But that's
Yeah.
where it's like I've been in a band that's played at the summit before, and
Yep.
you tell that there's a lot of like enjoyment. They're not necessarily getting up and dancing, but they're
But they
enjoying.
appreciate it. They can
Exactly.
like see the effort and they can be like, wow, this is really beautiful to listen to or to watch. And that's just, oh, best feeling.
And then to a kid, it's like it's magical. Like
Yep.
how are they doing that?
Yeah.
So that is great. I mean, you decided to go to school to study the humanities, right?
Yes.
What influenced you to do that?
Um, for a really long time, I wanted to have some type of career where I could help other people, like directly be involved in helping someone. And one of my family friends, she's a speech pathologist, and she would always talk to me about all the things that she does, the kids that she works with, how much she enjoys it. Um, One day I went and I shadowed her on her job, going to her sessions and stuff, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. So
Saying that's similar to my wife is an occupational therapist, and she had a similar experience where I think she shadowed somebody, and that influenced her to do that same thing. And
yeah,
similar thing to speech pathologist, right?
yes, very similar. I was actually looking at OT and speech. So
Yeah. How do you see? I mean, how do you see dance fitting into your life in the future?
hopefully it'll fit in every little place that it can.
Yeah. So basically,
I just
you never want to eliminate it from what you do.
no, I hope that I'll be able to continue like dancing up for myself when I'm older and when I have, a job or a family or whatever. But I would also really love to still be able to teach it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now, is there anything that you can think of? I have some more questions probably, but is there anything that you kind of wanted to say if you were talking to an audience of sorts? Is there something that you'd like to say about yourself or give advice to them?
Hmm, that's a hard one. Ooh,
What about kids, right? Kids who
oh my
are
gosh,
thinking about getting into dance or just
absolutely.
anybody.
Do it.
Yeah, just do
Go
it.
for it. Do it. Dance is for me, dance was a really great safe place because I was never a super sporty kid. Like I did not enjoy running. I did not really like sports. I was not into it. But dance, that was my thing. I was being physically active. It was really good for like my mental health because it gave me just something I could go do it and I wouldn't have to worry about anything else. And it was wonderful. It still is. I would 100% recommend trying dance to anyone who's like just stressed and they just want to get up, move, and do something. I would just say, go find a dance class. We have plenty at Dance World.
Yeah. You made me think that maybe they should like because they have, PE in schools, usually you have to have it every other day, but it's like either you go to PE or you're going to be going to dance. You're getting about the same amount of exercise, I'm sure.
That's actually something that I brought up at my school with one of the teachers there. Um, a lot of schools now they're starting to have dance companies in them for students to join like a club. My school did not have one when I was there. So I got together with one of the teachers and I was like, hey, you used to dance all the time. I love dance. You love dance. We should try to start dance company here for all the other people who maybe just don't enjoy sports. So they
Yeah.
have something to do here.
Yeah.
Um, we started one in about 3 years ago, still going strong.
Yes.
So
I noticed on your and right there that it was very sing-songish and have you ever sang before?
yeah, I
Do you
did
sing?
chorus from 7th through 12th grade. I did the musical every year from 7th through 12th grade. So
It's great. So it's not just
Yeah.
dance that you do for performing arts, you do music as
Yep.
well. Ever play an instrument or anything like that?
Not in a band. I play ukulele and guitar like just for funsies, but
Yep, that's great. So
thank
now
you.
you're going to school is it mostly virtual that you're doing?
Two of my classes are fully online, and then my other three are in person.
All right, where did you said it and I must have blanked on it. Where are you going to school?
Jefferson Community College.
Okay, gotcha. Um, but that's great. So yeah, I mean, going back to the PE and dance, it's interesting. I mean, did you ever have do you experience some dancers though who both like to play sports and they like to dance?
Oh yeah, we have some of those kids at my studio right now on my team. Um, I used to play soccer, but I kind of did it just to try it out and see if I liked it. It wasn't for me. But there are tons of dancers who do so much more than just dance. They'll do like soccer, a lot of them do volleyball. Yeah.
Yeah. I found personally when I got to later high school that I had to make a choice. And it was between basketball or being the lead in the musical. And I decided on the musical.
Yep. That's how it
But it
was
was
for me pretty much.
but I still showed up to every single basketball practice because it was
Yeah.
important, you know. It's like they all have their strengths to them, but it's like you know, things like dance and music have, you know, uh they need to have equal weight at least
Yes.
um in schools, you know. So um so the advice that you gave to kids is you just got to do it. If you want to do it, you got to do
Yeah.
it. Um the I mean, with dance, you have to, you know, like music, a lot of people can kind of learn it on their own. Have you ever heard of people learning it on their own with dance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's I've learned a lot in class, but I also like to learn things outside of it. So like I'll go on YouTube, I'll be like, how to do this dance trick. I'll watch like 8 videos and I'll keep practicing it. I know a lot of people do that with Zumba. So I'm like, yeah, you could probably do it with dance. Dance is
Yeah.
very interpretive. There is no right or wrong way to do it. So
Yeah. Which I think is the case with a lot with art in general, but performing arts
exactly.
especially,
And I
right?
think that's why I like it so much is there's no one that's going to be able to tell you you're doing it wrong. You're like, it's interpretive. I'm dancing how I feel.
But they
You
still
can't tell
will
me that
tell.
it's wrong.
They'll still tell you it's wrong though.
They still will.
Like
People are like that.
in music, you can technically play the wrong note, but that's just your interpretation of what the note should have been.
Exactly.
Right. That's just your
Got to put your
interpretation of
spin on
what
it.
the dance was. Right. Exactly. Very cool. Um, so are you freshman then?
Yes.
So are you there 4 years? Or are you doing 2 years there and some 2 years somewhere else?
Yeah. So the plan is to do 2 years at JCC and then transfer to finish my master's degree for speech pathology.
So do you have any idea where you'll transfer to?
Um, kind of. I'm looking at University of Buffalo right now. So
Yeah. Have you been to Buffalo much?
me? No. My brother? Yes.
You've been to Germany and you've been to you live in Jefferson County, but Buffalo, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Buffalo still out there for me.
Exactly. Um, any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll keep it short and sweet. That's good. It was great to hear everything that you're doing. I'm glad that you're going to be doing dance, that you teach it, that you learn it, that you're doing all this stuff. It's great to hear that. It's nice that this is us meeting for the first time, even though it's
Yeah.
virtually. You know, uh, which works. Virtual works, but
Yeah.
I appreciate your time and congratulations for being our October Artist Spotlight.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.